it is the fucking Premier League trophy.
My only counterpoint to that very passionate speech you just gave would be what we kind of did earlier when you were naming the teams that have won the Premier League. Who really, outside of people who have been following this league for a long time, who really remembers Blackburn? And like I said, I was half joking. Where are they now? Are they in the Championship? Are they in League One? I actually don't know offhand. And that's the thing. Is it better? You're saying, will people remember? Well, people will remember Leicester City a hell of a lot more if they stay in the Premier League. And I feel like selling Jamie Vardy now, as crappy as that is, from that standpoint, if it helps keep you in the league, if it keeps you up, I kind of think you have to do it. That said, I'd probably keep him and roll the dice. But I feel like I have to give a counterpoint to your argument.
I understand. And my thing with that is just, I mean, as a Blackburn fan, you sit there and to this day you have a trump card over your Liverpool or Tottenham buddies.
That's true.
Who want to talk shit to you about being in the championship, which they are. They are in the championship.
Right.
You've got that trump card. B, I think now as compared to when Blackburn won the league, which was 19. I'm getting to it.
So
1994.
Okay.
94. 94, 95, Blackburn, they won it by 1 point over United, and Nottingham Forest came in third that year.
That's what I thought, because I actually thought Forest had won a title. That's what I thought, because they were third, yeah.
Even better, in 92, 93, Aston Villa came second, and Norwich came third. So anyway, crazy shit happened back in the day.
Yes.
Just at this point, I believe that these teams in the Premier League, I mean, here's the thing. The money now is so much different than it was in 1994, 95. You go and win the Premier League now, and you're setting yourself up money-wise. I believe management nowadays knows a lot more about – I just have to assume that they would know a lot more about how to keep a team up after doing something like that than maybe Blackburn did in the early midnight. The game is so much different now. So, that's just where I come from, that, I mean, the people who remember you won the title are the people you really care about, and that's your supporters.
Right.
That's their title. That's their title. So, I mean, that's where I'm coming from. That's kind of my thinking of it. And I would just love to see, a team like Leicester just go for it, because that seems to be what we're missing this day and age in sport, just sports in general, are guys who are just willing to go for it.
Yeah.
And when we find them, they're so few and far between. When we find them, they're polarizing. We love them. We talked about, you and I had a quick exchange about Bryce Harper this week. Bryce Harper's a guy, he's going for it.
Yes.
No matter what, he's going to go for it. And that's why we care about Bryce Harper. We either like him or we don't like him, but we care.
Yes, absolutely.
And, that was what made that's what made Manchester United so polarizing under Alex Ferguson. They went for it. They played an attacking brand of football. They went after you. They didn't hold back punches. They were full steam ahead. Their commitment was there. It was their commitment for going for it. And I just think people appreciate that when we get to see it now. So I'd like to see Leicester go for it.
Well, if not us, then let it be them. Your fixture list for this coming weekend in the Premier League: no early Saturday games, but you do get 6 opportunities for a 10 o'clock game. Chelsea-Sunderland, a relegation battle at Stamford Bridge, no less. That's going to be interesting to see how that one goes. Everton-Leicester. Leicester's got to go on the road to Goodison Park against the Toffees. Manchester United versus Norwich. With the way Manchester United is playing right now, Norwich could go steal a point. They're just good enough to do it. Southampton, Tottenham, as the Saints welcome back their former manager one more time to the St. Mary's Stadium. Stoke, Crystal Palace. That's always a fun mid-table fight as Crystal Palace is trying to fight their way into the top 6. West Brom versus AFC Bournemouth. Can the Cherries keep it up on a place that is notorious to get results? And wow, what a 12:30 game we have on our hands in quote-unquote prime time, West Bradshaw. Newcastle versus Aston Villa.
Wow. Ed, normally we'd say someone has to win, but this is football.
That's
no
true.
one has to win.
No one wins.
You can have a draw.
Not even the viewers. Can we?
Ted Laster. You can have a draw.
Can we not flex Everton Leicester into this slot? Is that not allowed?
Wouldn't we rather watch the Steelers and the Ravens play against each other?
Kind of, yeah. I would love to see Joe Flacco in goal. We get to find out if he's really elite or not.
He's hurt.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Don't worry about it.
I won't. Don't worry. Sunday at 8:30 a.m. It's Watford versus Liverpool. That could be a fairly interesting matchup. And then it's Swansea versus West Ham at 11. Swans are desperate for a win. Talk about surprising teams in a relegation battle. They are a legitimate one there. And on 3 p.m. Monday Night Football, your match of the week at the Emirates. Wes, it's Arsenal Manchester City. Who doesn't want the title more? We'll find out this Monday night.
I say 1-1 all day.
Oh, God, that's going to be awful. Oh.
Yeah, it will be.
Welcome to the holiday season, everybody. This is how it goes. Prepare to vomit.
Holiday.
Yay. Moving forward now to a look at your table. Leicester City do sit atop with 35 points. Arsenal 2 behind. Manchester City are in third with 32 points. United are in fourth with 29. Tottenham are in fifth with 26. They're above Crystal Palace on goal differential. And Watford, that's right, Watford are in seventh with 25 points. At the bottom of your heart, the relegation zone, Chelsea right now in 16th place with 15 points. Swansea with 14 points, level on points with Norwich City, but one up in the goal differential department. So Norwich is in 18th. Sunderland with 12 points is in 19th. And Aston Villa with just 6 points to their name are dead last. And they need a Leicester City-like miracle to make the comeback. So that is our Premier League recap. Wes, let's head over to the champions. These are the champions. And of course, while you were away, the Champions League final group stage matches were played. And now we have our matchups for the round of 16. They are as follows. Ghent will be taking on Wolfsburg. Roma takes on Real... Ghent, just like Celtic. Roma will be taking on Real Madrid. For the second year in a row in the round of 16, Paris Saint-Germain will be taking on Chelsea. Arsenal will be taking on Barcelona. Juventus will be taking on Bayern Munich. That could, by some accounts, be a Champions League final, and we're getting in the round of 16. PSV Eindhoven gets Atletico Madrid. Benfica gets Zenit St. Petersburg. And Dynamo Kiev gets Manchester City. Kiev once knocked out City. I believe that was the 2010 Champions League. So, Wes, that is your round of 16 pairings. Obviously, PSG-Chelsea is a tantalizing matchup, especially with how surprisingly well Chelsea has actually played in the group stage. But what other match pairing maybe jumps out to you?
Oh, well, Barcelona-Arsenal.
Yeah, that's...
the fact that I'm almost starting to wonder if Wenger just doesn't want to get past the round of 16 in his entire life. It's just like, wow, of everything Arsenal could have gotten, I just think somebody's fucking with Arsenal this year. It's like, UEFA sitting there like, Hey, look, let's just do this. Let's just do this. But it's been, oh man, they're special. We're
Yeah.
just gonna leave it at Arsenal. They're special.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I will say, Zenit got a very, I think, no disrespect to Benfica, I think they got a very good draw, along as did Wolfsburg. So those could be two teams that will be advancing to the round, I think, the round of eight. I wouldn't count out Kiev to maybe shock Manchester City, just because of how weird City can be at times. Like, I could totally see them dropping the first leg, maybe getting it back at the Etihad, but this could be one that helps bring that England coefficient down a little bit if City can't get out of the round of 16.
I feel pretty good about City getting out. I'm gonna tell you, Munich Juventus.
That's a good one.
I mean, that's a semifinal.
Hmm?
That's a semifinal good matchup. Bayern Munich. I think Munich are going to go in there expecting to win,
Hmm.
but Juventus can almost match up talent for talent with them,
Hmm.
and either way, one of the best clubs in the world is going to be out after the round of 16
Yeah, shocking.
when it comes down to those two because they're both very good. And I think that actually may be the best football matchup of the first round.
Absolutely.
So that'll definitely be one to keep an eye on. As far as PSG Chelsea, I hate it for PSG because as I told you, I thought this Chelsea team was better
Hmm.
set to play in Europe this year than in the Premier League.
Hmm.
And they've been, God of all things, they've been good in Europe.
Hmm.
Um, Obviously, we don't want to see PSG going out anytime soon because we, love Zlatan.
Yes.
A little uncomfortably sometimes we love Zlatan.
Yes.
Um, but I think PSG better be ready very quickly to step up their game
Hmm.
because that has kind of been a problem for them in the past is coming out of France,
Hmm.
having to step up a level to play in the Champions League where, the German, the Spanish, the English, and even the Italian clubs, they're ready to go in and play you because they've had to play at a high level the entire season.
Absolutely. As we look at the Europa League, and granted, we do love to make fun of the Europa League a whole lot. And by the way, on that, hi Manchester United, welcome to Sunday Fun Days.
Welcome to the Black Parade.
Basically, Tottenham drew Fiorentina for the second straight year in the round of 32. Liverpool drew German side Augsburg, and Manchester United drew Denmark side Midtjylland. But there are actually some really interesting matchups here. Borussia Dortmund versus Porto, I think, could actually be very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a couple more I think I saw here. Sporting CP versus Bayer Leverkusen I think could be pretty good. Villarreal versus Napoli could be good, and I think with the title with the final being in Switzerland this year, Saint Etienne versus Basel could be a pretty good matchup. So there's actually some decent football now that we've gotten all of the weird teams out of the way in Europa. Now you're just going to start to see some good football. But Wes, any quick thoughts on Liverpool Augsburg coming up?
For Liverpool, it'll be interesting. Liverpool are a side that we've seen. It almost may have done Liverpool better to face one of the bigger teams.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say that is we have seen under Klopp thus far, Liverpool are a group that they get up for the big games.
Mm-hmm.
City, Chelsea, they've been fantastic. when they're expected to win, sometimes it becomes much more difficult for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they also seem to feed off the emotion of their crowd. And I'm sorry, I just don't